Jason, certainly having your first-hand experience with the Cowboys and the disappointment in Kansas City with all these titles.
I would say just, it's just about football when you get in there, and they just have such a good culture set of, like, every day they attack the day as it's the same. They don't look forward to tomorrow. We never really once talked about the Super Bowl. It's just about coming out today and getting better today. If we keep doing that over the course of the season, we'll be where we want to be.
You're talking about the culture and all the things, the tours and the camps in California. Kansas City is all football. You don't have that sort of thing?
I mean, I'm not going to throw no strays or nothing, but, yeah, like, it just when you get here, just a football. It's football, so it's not that Dallas isn't, but just when I got here, I could really just feel that everybody was here to win, and that's all it was about winning.
You got to always throw the little caveat in there, like, hey, no shade, this isn't about Dallas. They're good, too.
Well, yeah, because he saw when Dalton Schultz said the exact same things, that everybody on the internet gets mad at Dalton Schultz, and so it's like, well, I'm not trying to, but yeah.
That is a thing.
Yeah, it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I think sometimes that's cool for a Cowboy fan, where like you are the glitz and glamour and you are the popular team and people want to see you lose. Like it's fun to be in that position. But yeah, when your ultimate goal is all I want is the sports team that I care about to do all the things that are to win the football games, like we ain't it. And that's unfortunate.
Right, it's about winning, and certainly they have their Taylor Swifts.
But that's just someone's girlfriend.
I know, it's someone's girlfriend, but they lean into it. The whole league is leaning into it. The Taylor Swifts and all those stuff.
You'd be foolish not to put her on camera if she's at the game.
No, don't disagree. But, yeah, it is all about football. But they don't really go out of their way as an organization to try to make headlines. Just to kind of pulling back the curtain a little bit, it's part of the Pro Football Writers Association. And, I'm really good friends with Calvin White, who's the president of the Pro Football Writers Association.
Shout out, Calvin.
President. You need to run against him.
I'm the local Dallas president. But the Chiefs,
my president.
Chiefs media complained last week that the Chiefs did not make anybody available. They only had one availability the week before the Super Bowl. And they had practice, but they don't have one. So it's not like the Cowboys who make a point to be available and be accommodating to the media. The Chiefs don't really go out of their way to be accommodating to the media. They don't have to because the media's going to come because they're Super Bowl champions. It's all about football.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say, they don't go out of their way to be media darlings. Even though Patrick Mahomes is great on TV, great with the media, but Andy Reid is great. Certainly, we love this punt, pass, and kick photo from years that he likes to use.
I love Andy Reid's commercials. Andy Reid, when he does food commercials, I don't even remember what they do it for, but when he's always just wanting all the chicken tendies.
I'm kind of over it.
Yeah. Oh, no!
Yeah, I'm kind of over it.
And he wants to buy you a cheeseburger and all that stuff. He leans into that, but they don't really lean into that. It is all about football. It's not about selling. And listen, talking to Jerry Jones, talking to his family, they have a two-pronged focus to sell the Cowboys and to win games. The Chiefs organization is not focused on selling. They're focused solely on winning.
Yeah.
And the selling comes with the winning.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up too, because when you have two focuses, you're spreading yourself thin, right? What if
you have like 100 businesses you run, but you insist on being the GM of the football team?
100%.
As my mama said, you can't serve two masters.
Yeah, you can't. And the Cowboys, they win their Super Bowl when they get the Forbes list every single year. That's $10 billion. That's your Super Bowl, right? Kansas City Chiefs are actually playing in the Super Bowl. And we talked about it, too. Even go back to the Eagles as well. We talked with Jeffrey Lurie, too, at Media Night, too. And one thing he kind of kept talking about was, we just will do whatever it takes to win. We are fans of what other teams do. We try to look at how other organizations run in terms of hiring people and in terms of making moves to try and get to the next level. Clearly, they show it, too. It's not all talk. They show it. The Cowboys have had chances to show it, and they haven't. So all-in can only go so far when there's not action to go with your all-in.
Yeah. Tell them, Clarence, what didn't they do last year?
They didn't go all in. They didn't.
Who didn't they call, Clarence?
They didn't even call Derrick Henry.
They did not call or Saquon Barkley. Let's be honest. Both of them were available to be called.
They didn't call Will Shipley.
They didn't call and they didn't call Ben Johnson. Okay, let's be honest. They still ain't all in. On the focus of the coaching staff. So
and they likely won't call Myles Garrett either, or the Browns about Myles Garrett.
Yeah, no, probably not. And that one I get it if you were just like, I don't think we can have the 2 highest paid defensive players in the history of the league.
But
Well, technically you could.
But why not?
You absolutely could. Like, I could pull up a spreadsheet on our show and show you.
Are you carrying water for the cap?
Look, you can
Listen,
Google me. I talk about
the
Jerry.
49ers paid one of the Bosa brothers, and they paid their top defensive lineman at the same time. They paid their linebacker Fred Warner. You can do what you want to
Buckner.
do.
Also, look what the Dodgers are doing in baseball, too, right? They are a very prominent brand. They are
no cap.
No cap. I know there's no cap.
Well, there is kind of.
There's a luxury tax.
Like they had to have Ohtani defer a bunch of money so that they could dodge the highest luxury tax.
There's a luxury tax, but they are paying it. They keep throwing money at the wall.
They'll pay cash.
They will pay for it.
Yeah,
right?
they'll pay cash.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing you have to do to super manipulate the NFL salary cap is you have to be willing to write checks. Eric Kendricks and Saquon Barkley made the same amount this year.
Yes.
According to the salary cap. They made the same amount. So it was like, oh, we couldn't afford Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley was a $3.5 million player or something like that last year.
Yeah.
You pay later, you pay cash up front on a signing bonus, and that's the difference. And if you're really thinking you can win a Super Bowl or not, if you don't think you're contending or you don't, I don't want to say you don't want to contend because they want to win.
But they want to win on their way and by doing it financially in their own avenues.
They would like to win without spending as much cash and without risking being relevant 6 years from now. Like the Eagles are operating in a way that is desperate to win. Because I think they know the Eagles have the best team in football. Patrick Mahomes is way better than Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
The Eagles have the best team in football. So I think they are existing in this space where they know if we want to win a Super Bowl, we will be out quarterbacked.
Yeah.
We have to have a better team than everybody else.
Yeah.
And so they've built it because they were willing to. And part of that is drafting. And the Cowboys, normally they do.
Yeah.
Last couple of years, not so good. You have to get that back on track. And then you have to have a front office that is desperate to win. This one's not, because what would be the point?